Good evening, fellow. Today I'm going to tell you how to trigger the workflow based on the custom ribbon button. Just come to the solution. Now here I'm creating one new solution. That name is demo 123 and publisher. So I'm taking the publisher version as well, 0.0. And yeah, I'm creating one new solution. Now under that new solution, I'm taking a existing entity for my for my example. I am taking one case one entity. Now it is taking that. Then we'll need I'll I'll uncheck this one. So both of them should be unchecked. Now just click finish. No need to select anything. Just finish it. And we just mark this one. No, don't include required component and just click on OK. So here I've created one solution and I have added one entity here. Now just come to the Ribbon Workbench. Now just refresh it. I've opened. There is a demo 123 is my new solution. Just click and import it here. Now it's loading. It will take bit time. So like as I have already mentioned here, so my scenario is whenever I click on the custom ribbon button, then it should trigger one workflow. So the scenario is if the case is in progress. So I just wanted to make this case as a long for, as a deferral one, or as a waiting. I just wanted to make that status got changed. Now here it's already imported. So come to the entity. So entity is already selected as the incident. Now just come here, just take that one button. I have taken this button. That button name I have mentioned as a workflow button. Just delete this one. So workflow button is there. So this is the workflow button. Just click on workflow, and here we have one. Deleted this one. Yeah. So now I'm creating a one new command. So once I click on that command and just come to that button line. Once you click on this one button command, see here it is the command. Just you need to make sure you need to take this one. Now it will take this one command. It is created. It is identified for uniqueness. So I have taken this one. Just click on that command one. So under that we have defined that action. So we have a JavaScript one. So now we are going to write the JavaScript and function, and we need to write it. Just come to that solution where we have created this one. We have a web resource. Just click on the web resource, click on the new. Now we'll come to that REST Builder API. So we have a CRM Rest Builder. Now just click on the CRM Rest Builder. Now we are into the CRM Rest Builder one. Now just click on the action. Once we click on that action, it should be SRM Web API. Just primary entity should be workflow, and second action should be execute workflow. Now we have this one. Now we are going to create one new workflow. So we are going to create one new workflow. So we are workflow like change status. It should be workflow. Entity is the case one. So change the status. That's it. click OK. Now just simple workflow I am creating. I'm not doing any condition and all. I'm just changing the status. No need to give, no need to specify any particular condition, whether it is a create and update. Just uncheck this one. Just make it is a organization. Now make it as a on demand as well. Now just come to that, come down, and here you need to select as a change status. So here I'm selecting as a change status is a change the status. Now I'm clicking on change the status, particular entity name and progress. So which status you want to, we wanted to make it once we trigger on the custom ribbon button. I just wanted to try researching. Now click on the researching. Once this one done, now we are going to stop that workflow. Now giving the stop the workflow. Now save it. Now activate it. Now we are activating this one. Now activate it. So now see, once we activate it, see the case is already created with GUID. It is the GUID of this workflow. Okay, I am copying this one and pasting in the rest builder. Here, just paste it. So copy, pasting here. No need to do anything. Yeah, copy pasting, and now I'm creating the request. So yeah, see. So here we have created request. We have entity type is a workflow and entity type is a parameter dot entity for particular record. If you wanted to trigger this code, and like let's assume I have a one case, like we are into the one case, and if it is a trigger on the particular case, so if I giving the particular GUID for that record, if we are in the case and we are taking any records and we are taking this particular GUID, this is the particular GUID for that particular record. This is the GUID for the particular we are specifying. So this will only work when this record is open, and when this record is open, when we'll click on that workflow button, then this workflow will trigger. But we don't want this one. We want whenever we create a new entity, whenever we are getting a new record, at the time as we click on that button, it should trigger that workflow. So we have this scenario. Just come to the code editor. Under that code editor, just remove this part, this var parameter and all. Just remove this part, and I am adding few of that extra part here, like function, workflow, and this one. Copy, and I am copying and I am pasting here and pasting here. That's it. And these are the things like where execute. I'm removing this part as well, and I am removing this part as well. Yeah. So up to this part I removed. I'm going to run this one. So before run this one, we'll just go for the JS compiler, JS online compiler, and we'll check whether there is any syntax error or not. If there is any syntax error, we'll rectify our mistake over there itself. So just we need to give the one bracket. Now run it. I think it's run. Yeah. So it's run, and we'll make it as some changes 1, 2. It's the trigger. This is the workflow. Okay. Now I'm copying paste all the entire thing, and I'm copy pasting into the web resource. So this is our web resource. I'm getting as a ribbon 123 JS. Control C, ribbon 123 JS. Typing as a JavaScript. This is our web resource, JavaScript, English, and text editor. So under text editor, we are going to copy paste all these things. Yeah, I'm copying paste and clicking OK. and I have saved and I have published. Now I have published it. Now I'll take this function name. I'll pass it into that Ribbon Workbench. I'll pass it into the Ribbon Workbench. See, now I'll pass this is the function name, and this is the function name. What was that? That function name we defined as a repo123 JS. Now just put this one, click on the search button, you will get it definitely. See, you got it. Now we have done that. Now at the add parameter, click on the add parameter and click on the CRM parameter. Now once we click the primary control, because we are passing as a primary control under that code. If you see that one, we have a primary control here, so we are passing this one. That is why we are selecting that one. Okay, now just come to here, and yeah, that's it. No need to do anything. Now just publish it. I'm publishing this one. I think everything is good. I'm publishing. So my workflow name is here workflow. That button name is a workflow. So based on that button, we are triggering that workflow. So this is the scenario. So I think it will take a bit time to build that all the JSON and button. See, it's already published. See, published successfully. Just come to your case. Now just refresh it and create one new case, so that whatever the things you have changed, you have done, it should be reflect. Now I'm creating new case. So that button is the workflow button. It should be %. So I'm refreshing this one. That workflow. Yeah, see, workflow button is there. So which button we have created, you can also see workflow button. So this workflow button is showing over here. Now just create a new case like taste anything 564, any customer name. This is the requirement we need to take and save it. So we have created one new case. This case status is in progress. So like somehow or any reason we don't want this case in progress. We want this case should we go for the different status. For that reason, just click on that workflow button. Once you click on the workflow button, just come here in the background process. Now see, it's trigger. Now it's a change the status of the case. It is 11:12. Yeah, I think it's triggered. Yeah, it succeeded. See, it succeeded. Now just refresh this one. Once you refresh, see, this status got changed for long duration. This status got changed and it is for long status. I think I missed out something. We need to check. No, it's trigger for long status. Yeah. Okay, I think I missed out something. And yeah, I think no, it is a change the status. It didn't trigger this one. Change the status. It is a something else. Okay, we'll see what happened. Case research. Case should we go for the research? Okay. Okay, case ID is the 30, this one, 30, 3C0, yeah, 3C0. So 3C0, this is the case ID. Yeah, this is the case ID. Now I think we need to create new record so that we'll see what is happening. Okay, I'm creating a new records. Creating new one. Creating a new one. And just clicking on the workflow. Once we click on the workflow button, just go to the background process. So it is, I think I have taken the wrong one. I think might be. This got succeeded. Yeah, I think because what is happening here, I have taken that wrong workflow, like which I have created earlier. That the ribbon, I have a one workflow, and that entity which I have passed in that JSON, it should be different. Yeah, see that workflow ID is different. Oh, it's my bad. I have taken that control V. Sorry for this because it's my mistake. I couldn't change that. That is why I think I need to publish one more time for that. It will take bit time. Okay. Now I'm publishing one more time because I haven't made that workflow GRT because whatever I have taken, it was a previous one. That is why it was triggering different workflow. But here my purpose was, so whenever we are clicking on the work button, it is triggered the status, means workflow is triggered successfully. So like I missed out that GUID for the particular workflow, but that scenario was already done. Scenario was clear. Like whenever we are clicking on the button, so workflow like status got changed. This is nothing. This is the nothing behind of this. We have written one workflow. So I'll just show you that particular workflow is as well. Like it is here. It is also importing, but that scenario which I was talking about, that has already completed. So what you need to do here in the CRM itself, CRM Rest Builder, just go to the action, and that action, then select SRM web API, and primary entity is the workflow, and action is the execute workflow, and give that ID to the target, means which workflow you want to trigger. So here you have done. Now just go to that Ribbon Workbench. Now define your code. Like here you'll get a definitely code. Just remove this part of this one, because if you are using this part, it will not work. It will not work at all, because I suffered many times. That is why the way I have told you, just do that one. So that way I just mention here. Just take the primary control, and in the primary, pass the primary control in that Ribbon Workbench, and then take that entity, and then define that workflow as well. So now just come to the Ribbon button. It is publishing solution. It will take one more minute, I think. So yeah, so here I'm just creating a new one record, and I'm just saving this one. Now this case is in progress. Now just click on the workflow, Once I click on the workflow, just go to the background process. So under that background process, just refresh it. It's got succeeded. So it's got succeeded. Now just refresh it. See, now status got changed as a research. So now our workflow is this: change the status, and then it is changing the status as a research. Now here you can see, you can able to see that particular workflow got triggered, changed the status, it's got succeeded. That's all. Thank you so much.